What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs today in the studio, folks. I got a real treat for you, as always. Robert Mulvin in the house.
That's right.
What's up?
What's up?
Robert Mulvin. And folks, if you guys don't follow this dude, you can find him at _Robert Mulvin, Mulvin, or you may have heard of his business, All Pro Shade Concepts, out of Scottsdale or Phoenix, Arizona. That's right. One of the premier shade companies in
Not
Phoenix.
One of the.
Damn,
yeah.
Dog. And you started that from scratch.
Yeah.
At how old?
I was 17. When I started, I was 22.
And now you're 41.
41.
So that's what I want you to talk about, because there's a lot of people listening to the show, building businesses, coming up against obstacles and challenges they don't know how to handle.
Yeah. Let's
talk a little bit about your journey. So now you're doing at least 8 figures.
Yes.
Folks, that means 10 million or more. And in that business, I would assume the margins are decent.
They are. They're not bad if you do it right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people say, I make 31 million. How much you keep? 2%? Oh, yeah. That ain't fucking good.
No.
I'd rather make 10 million and keep 50%. But
that's good.
Yeah, so you were 22 years old doing what?
Shades for another company, a couple companies.
So you started in
That's all I've ever done.
Oh, so you got out of high school and shit?
I didn't go to high school.
You didn't go to high school?
Well, I dropped out.
Loser.
Yeah. You beat me, though. You dropped out at 16. I was 17.
Yeah. Loser. Yeah. You're a loser. It's funny when you tell people you drop out of high school, people think like instantly loser.
I thought that too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, dude, listen, what does high school teach you?
It teaches you that you can do a certain thing for a certain amount of time and be on time and get things done.
Dude, it teaches you that George Washington had wooden teeth. It teaches you, quadratic equations. When's the last time you used algebra?
Never.
So why'd you have to learn it?
I don't know.
Pre-algebra, algebra, freaking trigonometry, all the math shit. Number one, you forget it. Number two, you don't use it anyway. Why don't they teach us how to build relationships and network and structure credit and open businesses? I think high school should be an entrepreneur-based event where, they're teaching you how to read, write, and whatnot, but that's usually done in elementary.
I think it should be mixed. I think it should be for those that want. You don't force it, the shit that they're not going to do. But for those that do, you got people that are engineers. They got to know that stuff.
Okay, so you dropped out of high school and got a job at some shade company?
Yeah.
Why a shade company?
Friend's dad. I was working at Arby's. Hated it. You can make more money. I didn't know it was going to be out of a hot ass fucking garage in the middle of summer when it's 117 outside.
So this was a startup.
Well, no, he had actually been around for 15 years, but
in a garage?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. In my industry, nobody cares. Nobody sees a big picture. I saw it early on. I couldn't get there for a while, but they're content and that's what they want.
So at 22 years old, you got a job with some dude in the shade business.
No, I was 17.
17, and he worked out of his garage.
Yep.
So every day you're out in Phoenix, hot as hell, in a garage.
Sweating.
Doing what?
Making screens for windows, shade screens.
Just manufacturing them?
Mm-hmm. Cut the frames, put them together, roll the fabric, stack them up. I got really good at it. It's piecework.
Who was out there selling the jobs?
The owner.
That's the position people want.
Yeah. But then you got to find people. So
yeah, but you're probably getting hourly, yeah?
No, it was piecework. So the more I made, the better I made them, the more I got paid. So it was back then, I think $1.50, $2 a screen. So
could you make 1,000 screens if you wanted to?
Maybe in a week and a half.
Yeah,
so 150 a day at the most if you're a fucking badass. But they have to be quality and they have to work. They have to go up, square.
Yeah, but that means to manufacture them, you can only make 150 a day at that rate.
Correct. Yeah,
that's limited.
Not when you're 17, have a little apartment, little Cadillac, 1979.
You thought you had it all made.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you're making screens. Then what?
Then it's seasonal. Window screens and shade screens is seasonal. It only lasts until October, then it's over.
I wonder why that is. Because the sun's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who cares? Like, I would think the best deal.
They take them off.
The best time to get a deal is the winter.
Yeah. Well, you think Well, for the
because
people
all you guys are starving.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to come up with more products. And so that's what I did is I worked I got a job like delivering to the other shade screen companies and shade companies. So that's where I saw, fuck, there's more than screens out there. There's retractable shades, all kinds of types. There's not just, back then it was rope and pulley or whatever. They got motorization. It's been around forever. Retractable awnings, shade structures. I mean, the list goes on. But I was 17. I didn't really, 18, 19. I was just working. I worked after my full-time job. That's where I got hourly. I think I left there at $14 an hour. But that's where I learned all the different things from different companies. There wasn't just screens. I was limited. My focus was like, that's all there is screens. Screens are good. It's only 10% of the business though. So, there's a cap on it. So I worked both jobs and for 3 years, 4 years. They would sell. It's just a crooked industry, right?
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, they'd start a business, they'd sell it a few years later, even though they signed a non-compete, start a new one, just no license, just keep going. And you got to deal with the unlicensed people. I'm sure, all the contractors have to deal with it, but they're, chucking a truck. You just buy a few dollars in materials and you can undercut the shit out of the people that actually get licensed and fucking spend the money for insurance and employees and whatnot. But I was.
What's the risk of hiring those people though? Obviously, getting screwed.
Gets wrong, you have no recourse, right? You got the registrar contractors that can take out money from the bond if you fuck up. People want to keep their reputation, so they actually do a good job and don't want to fuck up. Companies like myself and the other big companies that actually care, they're not going to fuck up because they don't want to risk their license being suspended. And you can't get jobs over $750 anyway, legally, or else you're fucked. So you got to keep the license, you got to keep insurance, bonds.
Well, you're doing big jobs.
Yeah, no, we're doing a lot of little jobs. So a big job to me is 20 grand. We don't do anything. We have never gone over 35,000 for a job. So, I mean, that's a big.
Well, those shutters and the automated shades and shit that come down.
Yeah,
those are always more than 30 grand every time I check.
And the inside or outside?
Inside.
Yeah, I do outside.
So why would I want shit on the outside? Why would I if I got it on the inside?
So we're in Vegas. It's hot as fuck. You got a patio, beautiful view, looking out at the water, whatever it is. Lake Mead, I don't know what's over here. The sun in the west, afternoon, 4 o'clock, you're getting pounded. It's hot as fuck. You can't even be out there. Or you need a retractable awning to provide more shade. Your patio is limited. It's only 10 feet deep. So you want an awning to extend out 12 feet, give you another 200 square feet of patio space. And it's, it's good in the winter. It shields the cold, but you can still see out. There's tons of different fabrics. It's all motorized. There's styles from cable to sealed track where it can seal it off. No bugs, no rain, no anything. So it seals off patios or windows. We do it on windows too.
Dude, I would think that increases home values too.
Big time.
For not a lot of money, especially if it's a 20 grand or less investment.
Oh, it's always way less. The big jobs are, communities or restaurants. Those are the bigger jobs. Some houses we've done for 25, 28,000.
I'm just surprised like every house doesn't have some sort of shade device.
100%.
At least in Vegas and Scottsdale for that matter. Phoenix is probably worse than here.
Oh yeah.
You guys get the haboobs.
They're gross, yeah. But I shut my shades. I have a nice pool with a 60-foot Ramada, and I put my shades all around. So I shut them down. My pool goes into the Ramada and the spa. It's fucking sick. Bar, TV. You shut it down. No dirt, no dust, no bugs, no debris. It's sick. And
hey, Bomb Squad, if you're listening, you guys got a property, you want it dialed in. What if they don't live in Phoenix?
I'll get there. Not there yet.
So you're in Phoenix mainly.
Phoenix surrounding, yeah.
So if someone in Vegas listening says, "Hey, I need this done to my house," you'll come up or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Should I reach out or no?
Yeah,
but not if I'm in Alberta, Canada.
No. Phoenix.
So Phoenix, Vegas. Would you go anywhere else? California?
I want to go to Denver, and I want to go to Texas.
All right. So if you're in Texas, you want some shit done, reach out because to increase his footprint in that area, obviously it's better when you have customers already there.
Yep.
So reach out and you get an expansion discount.
With the best product in the nation.
Well, just because of your passion, it seems like you probably do. But what makes you so, like, is that a business principle of yours?
It is. Not only for installation, but the product. So we've worked with the manufacturers closely, adjusted things. We've seen it all. We're one of the biggest volume dealers in the West Coast. And so we do hundreds, if not thousands a month of shades and awnings. So we figure out what's wrong, we tweak it, we fix it. Our installation team's the best. They all know what they're doing. We could fix somebody else's shit. We started doing that this year. Fucking amazing. We got these companies going out of business left and right. $20,000 projects, $15,000 projects. Well, that company's out of business. Who's going to fix it? Who's going to service it? And for years and years, 20 years, 19 years, I said, no, I'm not touching somebody else's shit. Now I will. Because you know what that opens up to? Future relationships. And get a new unit.
Yeah. So, okay. So at 22, you said, man, I'm going to do this myself. It's just started,
I had a best friend, Jeremy. He was in real estate. And so this was 08, 09. Or no, 2005. Jesus. I'm old. And so the boom was happening. He was in real estate doing good. And he said, you know everything about shades. I know how to sell. I'm the pretty face. I'm the cool guy. I'm the outgoing guy with the connections. Let's start a business. And I said, okay, let's go. And that's what we did. I was the guy making them. I was the grunt, the installation. He learned sales. He learned how to make them as well. But I still had my job for the first year. And so I had my job, and then I would knock doors after work and we would try to hustle. Well, housing real estate 05, you were there. 06 just fucking exploded. And he said, fuck this shades business. You can have it. 1 year later. And I was like, cool. All right, I'll take it. And he did well. He did his thing, and I was doing my thing, but working 10 times as much. But at my job, the supplier, he's a good friend. He's still my supplier to this day. He said, if you might as well quit. You're not going to go anywhere if you're trying to do this shit on the side. You got to treat it like a full-time job. I said, fuck. All right. And I left, and he wasn't really firing me. He was just kind of giving me the push because I was a good employee. So he says, but I was getting into some shit back then.
What kind of shit?
Getting shot at,
Getting shot at?
Yeah.
What kind of shit were you in?
It's just weird shit. Just people, wrong crowd.
I guess.
Bullet holes in my car.
What for?
Just.
Why were they trying to shoot you?
Things happened when I was younger. And
were you in a gang or some shit?
Just hung out with the wrong people. Stuff happened. People went to jail, didn't like it. Their friends retaliate.
Damn, dog. It sounds like you were mixed up with the wrong people.
Yeah.
No more, though. Since how long?
Since then.
Yeah.
I met my wife, and she...
See, so that's a lesson. Like, people need to understand that a lot of entrepreneurs learn that it is important who you hang around.
100%.
Not only does it, like, drag your negative energy if they're the wrong people mentally, but then you get in the wrong crowds where there's, like, criminal shit going on, and next thing you know, that drama leads to more drama, and pretty soon you're dragged into it.
Yeah. You're jail. You're dead, hurt, not able to work. You just... drugs? Fuck.
A hit out on you?
Yeah, it was just one of those things.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out at what point, how did it grow to a 8-figure company?
It only happened in the last 5 years. So I worked, again, myself out of my house. I had a nice house. I still lived there. But it was on an 1.5 acres. I built a shop, 2,000 square foot shop, where we made the screens. And then, my garage, 4-car garage, was full of shades. So I'd get shades delivered. we'd make the screens in the garage, and then all my employees would come to my house. I worked out of my office. They'd go to the bathroom in my fucking house for 10 years.
You were pulling the same garage move.
But I had a nice ass fucking garage that was air conditioned, TV, fridge, full bathroom.
So you made it like an office.
I made it like a house, yeah. And then my office was in the main house. But I made it nice. You have to treat your employees good, and I always have. So in 2019, I purchased my first building, and by having everything under one building, people answering the phones, just one person at that time. Just by doing that, we doubled the next year. So then at that time we were doing 2 million, then we did 4, and then we went to 6, and then last year was 9, and then this year we're over 9. So we're going to do probably 11.5. And so it's just the people you put in there and the shit happens. This year's been crazy though.
So if I'm a business owner, listening to this, what advice would you give me that you learned?
Don't be content. I was content for 12 years and just like, yeah, this is good enough. And I was just kind of stuck, and you don't see the big picture. You don't look out past the horizon and just see that there's just so much fucking more. And if you're hungry, you can get it. And I feel like I'm just now getting started. Even after 19 years, I feel like I just started.
Well, do you think it's easier now that you have resources and
100%.
Capital? And
it's resources, capital, and relationships, networking. Put yourself out there, meet people, other companies, get relationships, referrals. Fuck. I mean, it's endless. Whatever business industry you're in, you find the people that are related to it. Like with me, I don't build patios. I don't build shit like that. I put shades on them. But so then you make relationships with people that build patios, GCs that build homes, build restaurants, and you go out there and find them, and they give you the work, and it's just consistent. You don't have to advertise for that, even though I still spend a lot in advertising. That's huge, and so that's what I'm looking for actually right now is somebody to come in and do those relationships. I don't have time for that anymore.
What's your best? So you're looking for employees too?
Yeah, I want a hunter. I want a killer. I want a team of killers in Phoenix. I want a team of killers to come to Vegas, and I want to blow up, and I know it can happen,
And you pay people right, from what I hear.
Yeah. 100%.
So, hey, there's another one, Bomb Squad. If you're looking to freaking change careers, drop the shovels and get into freaking commissions and the world of sales and or manufacturing, hit him up. Where do they hit you up at? Just DM you?
Yeah, DM me at the Robert Mulvin or allproshadeconcepts.com. Check out the website, see what we've done in Phoenix. I mean, what better latch to get onto than a company that's been around for so long and the established relationships we have.
What if somebody comes in, learns all your secrets, and then starts?
They've tried. It's happened multiple times. I don't give a fuck.
Why?
They're not me. They're not my company. They're not what I've built, and they fail. And I encourage it. I don't empower people to stay and fucking hold them like hostage. You go do your thing. I'll help you. But you fuck with me, you're done. You take my customers, you take my suppliers, you're done. Yeah, I don't let anything slide. But I'm nice and I'll help you. I'll give you advice. I'll give you tips, how I started, where to go, what to do. But as soon as that's over, it's happened multiple times and they come back. I've had 4 or 5.
You would think anybody that owns a home would want some sort of shade plan.
Any business. I go down Sunset. They have fucking 20-year-old retractable awnings all down Sunset, Hollywood Boulevard. All those restaurants with big patios outside because it's nice 24/7. It's in the restaurants in the Scottsdale Quarter, Fountain Hills, everywhere in Phoenix, Vegas. If you have a patio outside, you have to have shade. You're not just going to let people roast, or even if it's 80 degrees, the sun hitting you sucks. You want to be comfortable. You want to keep your patrons comfortable. You put shades up and you can still see out. You get the breeze. There's multiple styles of fabrics and you just push a button, but people don't know it. So you got to get it out there.
And that's ultimately what you're doing. You're not putting up blinds and shit like that.
Nothing
indoors.
Inside. All outside.
So if someone calls you and says, hey, I got a killer job at a hotel. I need shades and blinds indoors.
I think I might figure it out.
But I mean, no, you don't do that.
No,
you're focused on outside.
Yeah, we have referrals for that. So,
well, again, most homeowners that I noticed don't have shades and outdoor things.
Yeah, you didn't even know that was kind of a thing.
Well, that's because when I go to people's homes, I don't notice shades on their outdoors.
Yeah.
So I think a lot more people need shades. They just don't realize that it's so inexpensive.
And that's why I'm trying to get, nobody advertises really like I do in Phoenix.
What do you do for advertising?
So we have everything. So we have social media, LinkedIn, billboards, TV, radio personalities. You know, we do deals with people that are on, like I said, TV, radio, but not just commercials, but endorsement deals. So we find people that need shade, that are a face of a show or the voice of a show, and ask them if they need shade. We make a deal, they plug, and it works. But just the amount that I'm doing, I don't know if people are scared, but I just try everything. I don't give a fuck. I'll try it all. I'm risky, and it works if you stick to it and you put out the right message. But that's what I'm trying to do, is get more people involved. And I think employees and people see that. And so I get a lot of calls and messages about working with me or being a part of the company, referral wise or whatever, because of what we've done. But like I said, I think we're just getting started, and I hired a few people this year and they fucking kicked ass. And so, but I need some people that are out. I want some hunters, and I want people that have relationships or build relationships and go out and get the business and give me ideas, or just like have the same drive that I do. Not just, you know, my sales guys are great. They're awesome. They fucking kick ass, and they know the product. They're fucking experts. So they know everything. They've gone on installations. They've done that. And I've empowered my installation teams to sell too. So that's been huge, because what better salesman than somebody that's installed these for years? They know everything that you're going to encounter, want to accomplish, ideas, how to mount it, how to service it, how to sell it, how to measure it. You don't have to have a tech measure. But that's been huge too. So employees, once we've grown, we've added 15 employees this year alone. So we're up to 35. No, there's no shade company like me in Phoenix. You know, they're all like slaves.
Yeah. And whether, again, you built shades or landscaping or pool or freaking software, at the end of the day, dude, you dropped out of high school and built an 8-figure business, straight hustle. What do you think the main reasons for your success?
I just drive, I am gambler by nature. Like, I just throw shit at the wall. It's sometimes calculated, most of the time it's just, but I'm not scared of the risk. I'm not scared of doing things, going broke, which has happened a few times. You know, nobody really knows it, but it's happened. And I wasn't, you know, I freaked out for a minute, but then it was like, I'm not really scared of this, because I know I'll just come back. Most people are fucking scared of losing things. They're afraid to take risks and try new things, new products, whatever the fuck it is. And I don't. I just get into it, and I try everything. I've tried different things that most people won't even think about. But I had to grind. You got to know when it's time to hire, when it's time to fire, when it's time to kill a product.
Or what?
Or
again, that's what scares people from jumping. That's why they don't go out and do shit like this. Because man, they got it. You just told them, oh, I gotta watch this, or what? Oh, you're screwed. Like, how do I know how to watch those things?
I don't know. You just do it.
Well, what you pay attention to determines what you miss.
Yeah.
So again, in that regard, you want to pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
So you don't miss anything. Because what you pay attention to determines what you miss. If you're not paying attention to it, you're going to miss it. You want to pay attention.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Another what?
Another tip. Like you said, you're good to employees. A tip for an entrepreneur would be, hey, realize you're not going to get anywhere by yourself, and your team's important, and figure out how to build that culture and that team to where, there's mutual respect and admiration, and it's a win-win environment.
And that's what we're working on right now, big time. But for the first few years, and I've had salesmen, installers be with me 8, 9, 10 years. You treat them, like you said, with respect. You pay them better than everybody else, but you realize their value and you don't take advantage of it and try to squeeze them for every, hour of the day that you can, and, don't care personally and professionally. So, you just have to, it is all about a team, whether it's inside, outside sales, inside manufacturing and installation. I've done it all. I've been in every single fucking job, title, role in this company, from answering the phone, setting up appointments, installing, selling, making. So I've been out in the heat, and I know what it's like. So I'm not one of those fucking VC guys or, companies guys that, work in a office for 20 years and think they can buy a company and just blow it up. No, you got to be out there. You got to know what they've been through to pay them right, treat them right, and have them stay and want to grow with you, not just fucking like a little puppet or a thing to tell what to do.
So what is your day to day? Like, you wake up, what time you wake up?
6, 7 o'clock usually.
What do you do? What's your morning routine?
I don't really have a routine. The last few weeks have been so sporadic, but most days I go to work 8, 9 o'clock. If I'm not going to the gym, some days I go to the gym morning, but most of the time it's after work. Now my days are filled with meetings and software implementation, and I'm trying everything. We're implementing, and it takes months. New CRM.
What are you trying to do?
So we're trying to make everything streamlined with texting software, email automations, VSL, video sales letters, filming all this fucking content for the social media ads that we put out for LinkedIn. And you have to be the face, and I'm out there.
Well, you're motherfucking Bobby Mulvin. Does anyone call you Bobby?
No, I don't think so. It's never happened.
Really?
Rob or
Robert?
Robert.
Dude, Robert is Bobby.
I know, but nobody's ever done it.
I'm going to call you Bobby Mulvin.
My trainer's Bob.
Oh, Bobby Mulvin. Bobby throwing shade Mulvin.
Throwing shade. Yeah, no, shade is, everybody needs it. You go from cold temperatures to hot. You can have shades from East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah, well, when I was reading your bio that you're coming on, I'm like, I wonder why the dude picks shades. Like, why do people pick what they pick? I know a guy with a landscaping company does like $100 million. Fuck. And I thought, why would you pick landscaping of all things? But, I was interested in how they got into it. You just fell into it and stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then freaking built a business around it. And now the business is booming. You're looking to grow and scale into multiple cities. So 100 years from now, when your company's huge and you're dead, but the company's still around, someone will be like, yeah, the founder started this in 2021.
No, started this in 2021.
So how long you been married?
We, I don't know, 17 years.
So from the get-go.
November will be 18. Yeah, we met the same month as I started the business.
So what does she do with you? Nothing? Or
she's the HR. She's huge. She's in the background though. She's not, like, half the company has never even met her.
Which is funny because they don't even realize that's their boss.
No, well they do now. She does the payroll. She does everything HR, really, hiring, firing. Well, in the back end on ADP or whatever,
compliance shit like that.
So they have to text her if they want something.
Does the company pay her and everything?
Yeah.
All legit.
Oh yeah.
It's not really a little business anymore.
Not anymore.
It's like growing into a full blown business.
Yeah, we're real now. I'm a real boy.
Real business.
Yeah.
So where you plan on going with it? Obviously you want to grow it and scale it.
So I'd like to team up and manufacture. That's my main goal, is to
team up with who?
Team up with anybody.
Why don't you just go to China like everybody else?
That's not what I'm going to do. I want to make everything here. I want extrusions here. powder coat. I want it all in Arizona or wherever in the United States.
Even if you ship it.
Yeah. Maybe, the motors come from Italy, stuff like that. But I want it to be, nobody's really a manufacturer. They're just a fucking assembler, right? I can get my same manufacturers from their suppliers. A lot of the shit does come from China. I found that out on some websites.
Yeah, everything comes from China, dude. People underestimate how much shit comes from China.
Yeah, so if you say it's manufactured, no, it's manufactured somewhere else. We assemble the shit. That's how everybody is. Nobody's a manufacturer unless they have their own extrusions. They make their own dies and whatever.
You're saying extrusions?
Yeah, extrusions, aluminum extrusions. They come in 24-foot sticks and you put them together.
Extrusions?
Yeah.
Which is extrusions?
Yeah, like a metal stick, but they're formed.
Why do they call it extrusions?
Because it's extruded aluminum rather than like roll form.
It's extruded aluminum.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know the difference.
No, there's extruded and roll form. You got buy roll form shit, it's garbage. It's like rain gutter shit. It's flimsy.
So you say
we do big shit.
You want extruded.
You want extruded. It's big shit. We can go up to 30 feet. Most people can't go over 20.
And you obviously can prefab and cut it all to fit every home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I'm not that interested in that other than, if I were going to get them on my house, like, would it increase the value of my house?
Yeah.
By how much? Because if they're not more than 20 grand, I always thought those were way more.
No. I mean, the average cost is $5,000.
Dude, I have a house where I have this accordion doors that open up, and then the outdoor.
Well, is it accordion or is it slide into their pocket?
Well, it slides into pockets.
Perfect.
But essentially, if I opened up all the doors, it's huge and tall, and basically brings the outside in.
100%.
And then there's a ceiling, and then there's the outside. So, but that's not enclosed, and it gets hot as shit.
You enclose that, then you have inside out.
I wanted to find someone that could come in and where I press a button and the screen comes down and shuts that area out of rain, et cetera, et cetera.
It's the main thing we do.
And you guys can do that?
That's what we do.
Shit, I'm going to hire you myself.
No, people don't know about it.
And I'm in Vegas though, but I want to bid, like, how much is it? Because if you're like, that's 20 grand or less to do that. Mm-hmm. And then it'll be cooler in there, when it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, is there a way to
year round
AC it? Is there screens you can use to where it keeps the cool in? So 100%. Now the indoor AC out.
Absolutely.
Dude.
Yeah. The fabric, it's from bug screen where you just you want a perfect view. People on the lake, whatever, they just don't want bugs, but they want the airflow.
And so literally you just come out and measure, come out and build the track, put in the motor, put in the fabric, and there it goes. It shuts.
Easy. One day.
And I even do, when you see it, you'll be like, oh, dude, this is easy. You just bring a screen right there.
You think, but
because I just want to go click and have the thing go shh.
That's what we do.
Block out sun.
You do it on your phone.
Block out dust and wind when it's fucking windy, because the whole thing is like this checkerboard marble floor,
and you got to sweep it or
dust it. When a windstorm or wind comes around, the whole thing's got dust everywhere, leaves. It's like, dude, imagine. Yeah. I've told my wife, imagine if something just shut right there. She goes, oh, that'd be great, but that's probably expensive. No. Most people would assume that shit's expensive.
Yeah. Well, it is to some people.
What do you think it would cost? And I would bet you that it's let's say, 40 feet across and let's say 16 feet up.
That's big.
Yeah.
Something like that would be around 12.
That's it?
Yeah. 12 to 15.
Sold, bro.
Yeah.
I want that yesterday. No shit.
Yeah. The highest shade. I mean, that's big. That's like,
and I might have exaggerated. It might even be less than that.
So 30 is the max we can go, 30 feet, which is fucking huge. So when you have something bigger than that, we'll figure it out. But most of the time, 30 feet is the biggest. We don't get that much.
Yeah, I bet you it's probably 20 feet.
Yeah. But
and 16, it's probably maybe 12 feet high.
Yeah, we can go 16, 18 feet high. But that's the big thing. All these new houses like what you have the doors either bifold or into a pocket, and then they have their patio. We've done it a million times.
Now on the other side, I got a patio, but it's got pillars. Screens wouldn't look right.
We mount them to the pillars, or we can recess them into the pillars.
I don't know if that'd look right.
No, some people don't like it. I have stone.
What about dog doors in the screens?
It can't roll up.
Why don't you fucking invent that?
Well, it'd have to hang down the size of the door, because it can't roll up into a housing. Something.
Dude, don't get mad at me. I'm just giving you ideas.
That'd be sick.
I know I have dogs, so if all the screens are down and they could still get out, that'd be fucking killer.
No, the one thing we do every week is people try to keep their fucking cats in from getting eaten by whatever, mountain lions, coyotes. And they buy the shades to seal off their patio and have a place for the fucking cats. Like 2-3 times a week. I didn't know there was that many cat people. So,
folks, obviously, if you're listening, you need shades, call my man, All Pro Shades Concepts. It's not shade, or is it shade?
allproshade.com or All Pro Shade Concepts is what we...
.com, or hit him up, _Robert Mulvin. Hit him on Instagram. If you need shades, man, support my dog here. And then if you want a job, you know, what kind of opportunity is the job?
6 figures easy.
No shit.
A shitty salesman would make 6 figures in 6 months.
Dude, I can bring you some sales folks. A lot of sales guys listen to me. If you're out there making less than 6 figures, is it door knocking?
It would be door knocking, hustling, or door knocking. I mean,
but you do provide leads.
Fuck yeah.
Shit.
We market.
All right. So there's that. And then where are you going with it? Like, are you trying to sell it for $100 million one day and retire?
No.
What's old Bobby Mulvin trying to actually accomplish?
I want to go to Stace. I want to be the largest shade company in the country.
Why?
That's just what I have in mind, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't like anything else. I don't know anything else. I love shade.
So All Pro Shades one day will be like
nationwide,
like Vivint or what's the alarm company? ADT.
ADT, yeah.
Like think 100%. About like Brinks. Like there's some big companies that I think, oh, they're like Roto-Rooter.
They're
like,
everywhere
like
too,
Stanley
yeah.
Steamer.
Stanley Steamer, fuck yeah.
You want to be All Pro Shades like that, where everybody's heard of you guys.
Yeah, they think of shade, they think of All Pro Shade.
It's a good name. Yeah. Why'd you come up with that name?
Because it was Yellow Pages. We wanted to have an A, and I wanted to have shade in it. I didn't want to have just screen or awning or something specific. I wanted it to be broad and general with the shade world.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call All Pro Shades for screens.
No. And that's what we started doing. Just screens right out of my garage.
To me, shades are the indoors. It's crazy that you're focused on outdoors.
Outdoor. I hate inside stuff. Too many options.
But what's nice though is if you have the right outside stuff, you wouldn't necessarily need the inside stuff.
No.
But on the other hand, if you have the right inside stuff, you wouldn't necessarily need the outside stuff.
You always need the outside stuff.
What for?
The inside stuff is good for blacking it out, blocking out the neighbors for nighttime, even though we have fabrics that are blackout, but then you can't see anything. So you get the blackout shades, the really dark interior shades, exterior shades for sun, wind, bug, rain, whatever. You have the shades down during the day, put the shades up at night, and then you drop your interior shades. You have privacy. Your neighbor's not peeking in.
I'd almost do it the opposite.
No.
You know, have my shades out in the daytime and then shut them down at night. Dude, one of these days I want all roller all over every covering of my home to where I'm going to build a home where when I press a button,
you hunker down?
Yeah, it
like
just shuts everything.
Yeah.
Locks it, like where you need an axe to get it in.
Yeah. And that's what we'll do.
Is that possible?
100%.
Are there homes like that?
There is. Dude, it's weird, but...
Why is it weird? That's cool.
Maybe in doomsday or...
It's not doomsday, bro. Like what happens, power goes out.
Shut it down.
What happens, power goes out, little anarchy going on, literally.
Yeah.
Dude, and someone walks up to your window and all they got to do is bash it in and they're in the house. Well, if you got these things... You shut the freaking house down, dude, and you're going to hear them bashing, and they're going to take 10, 15 minutes to bash that thing in. Well, dude, now you're prepared.
Yeah.
With one button.
Unless you have a stick frame house, they'll just go through the drywall and the stucco. So unless you have a block home, then you're good. Yeah,
well, dude, if they want in so badly, they're sledgehammering your walls in.
You can. I mean, you can take a regular hammer and get through a wall.
No.
Yeah. Unless you get the studs on the side. But yeah, sledgehammer.
Dude, people come through windows, not walls.
Yeah. But you can get through a window.
Nobody's coming through your wall. Yeah. They might kick your door in. There's home invasions happening more and more.
But you can drop it over the door.
If I were you, I would just think about like some sort of security shade.
Yeah.
To where it protects also.
We're getting there. We have a product from Canada that's that we're going to introduce.
So you quit, but you kind of were starting to manufacture your own shit. And now you didn't want to. You built your company not doing it when other ones are doing it. Was there a strategic decision not to do it?
Let them figure out the I'm good at selling. We're good at selling and installing shades. That's what we're good at, and so we're sticking with that, and that's what's got us to grow. So,
but you just said you just said you want to start.
Well, I'm big enough to have the capital and be able to hire resources to do that. Back then, I wasn't.
But now you're opening up a whole new division that like has its own headaches.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? How much profit's in the manufacturing is the question.
Add another 20%.
See, you're going to do all that for 20% more?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I know.
See, I'm of the mind, listen, if you're the best manufacturer, I could go try and become the best manufacturer, or I could just use you and give you a little bit of love because you figured it out. Love and means profit.
That's what we've done.
Here, you take that. Now, yeah, I could get big enough to where eventually I don't need you. I can go build the warehouse and the parts and the laborers and all that, insurance, processes. But why? The only reason would be so I don't have to pay you a profit. Well, as long as you're being reasonable, I don't mind giving you a little bit of a profit. If you're gouging me, eventually you would force me to go be your competition. But as a manufacturer, dude, if I knew someone was big enough to just build their own, they're just using me, I would tend to that relationship a little differently. And I would make sure that like you got the best pricing. I made it almost stupid for you to even try.
We have a good relationship.
Yeah, well, then why do you want to get into manufacturing?
No, that's just a goal later down the road. But
why? For 20 more %?
Yeah.
It sounds like you do million? Shit almost like as a challenge.
Yes. Big time.
What makes you that way?
I don't know. If it's not challenging, where's the fun?
Where do your family go on vacations? Or are you always working and basically missing your life?
Yeah. I haven't taken a vacation in a while.
See, dude, let me give you some advice in closing. Okay? That's what dropping bombs is about.
Yeah.
You don't want to build like a madman, no vacations forever and ever 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 and ever, because technically you could die on the plane ride home. Yeah. And then you just spent your whole life building a company that you don't get to enjoy. So just remember that.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean take your foot off the gas. No. That means every once in a while, especially if you got family, you got wife, kids and all that.
Yeah.
How many kids?
2.
See, I mean, like how old are they?
22 and 15.
Oh, well, shit. One of them's done already.
Yeah, she's going to college.
And the 15's not far away.
No.
Oh, so you're good.
He's going to be around for a while.
No, you hope they are, but they don't. 18, 19, dude, they gone.
Really?
Well, they're gone and then, get their own shit going. And yeah, they come over here and there. But dude, your kids, you get about, if you're lucky, you get about 20 summers. See, the one's 22, gone, son, gone. Now she'll be around, but the 15-year-old, you got about 3 or 4 more summers, 5 if you're lucky. And then pretty soon, that one's gone. So you got to pump out some more. You ain't going to pump out no more?
No, we're done.
How come?
We're old.
You ain't old.
41.
You're 41. Old. I'm 55. I got a 2-year-old right now.
I didn't know that.
Well, dude, I just like to keep on doing what it takes to make the child. So I don't ever, in other words, I'm a good volunteer for children. I say God's going to do it. If God does it, if my wife got pregnant, we'll have another one.
Yeah.
People say, you trying to have another one? I wasn't trying to have the 7 I got.
Oh.
I was trying to do what it took to have them, but I wasn't trying to have them.
I like my kids.
Did you plan them?
Yes.
Like, hey, let's try.
Yes.
It's weird to think that people try. Like, want to go try? Are you ovulating?
We didn't want. No, it's not like that. We didn't try like that. We just did it. We were like, okay, we're not going to not try anymore, and that's where it came from.
Isn't that the best though?
Yeah.
that's the mode I live in, bro. It wasn't like
planned. It took a year or two. We didn't say, oh fuck, you're ovulating. We need to do it right now.
I know, but to me, that's how I live.
Yeah. I
don't try to have kids, but I also don't try to prevent it.
Yeah, we're preventing it.
What else? What do you do? So you don't do anything for fun?
No.
That's lame, bro.
I like vehicles. I like driving. I like fixing old vehicles and
not muscle cars.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, for all the bomb squad members out there, I feel that it's my duty. I'm going to tell you too, because dude, this could be crazy. So I've been wanting a muscle car lately. And so I put the word out, 70 Chevelle with a 454, tuxedo black racing stripes, cowl induction, just badass. Maybe a 69 Camaro Resto Mod that's drives like a new one, but is an old one.
Yeah.
Sweet muscle cars, So people started sending me ads and, hey, here's one. So I see this freaking one yesterday, black Resto Mod, 69 SS, gorgeous, sweet. It says 51,000.
Cheap.
I'm like, no way. So I hit the guy up, go to his website. Website looks legit. Everything looks legit. And I noticed a fucking 70 Chevelle too. And I said, dude, how'd you like to do a twofer? He says, yeah. You see something else you like? I said, yeah. I almost started picking cars. They were so good deal. They have an Eleanor, a 67 Mustang.
That's my dream.
77 grand. Gorgeous. I'm like, dude, there's something fishy about these prices. So I call the guy, send me a video of the car. They send me the videos of the car, both of them. I'm like, damn, dude, they sound badass. They're flawless. These things are unbelievable. Why is he selling them? Oh, this guy wanted this, and this guy wanted that. They had all the stories. I said, okay, what's the best deal you can make me on those two? Start with those two. I'll get more if this is real. So he basically just said, I'll give you both of them for $82,000. And dude, one should have cost more than $80,000. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, deal. Now what? Well, send me the money, and I'll send you the cars. I'll give you the name of the driver. I'll give you all. It seemed legit as shit. So I got on social media yesterday and I said, hey, anybody in Kansas City, you want to go earn $500 quick dollars? I want to see this place. I want you to touch it. So I got hit up. Boom. Sent someone down. He said, dude, there's nothing here but fucking bums and chained up buildings. And I said, interesting. Ouch. So be careful out there, guys, because you're buying these muscle cars or these sweet deals online. There's a couple of things that can happen. Number one, they want to drop it off to your house. Well, they kill you and rob you while you're there. Number two, you send them money, sign an agreement, because the guy wanted me to sign an agreement, making it seem legit. But in reality, that agreement makes it civil instead of criminal. So now I could send you $30,000 for a car that's worth $100,000. Sign an agreement that it's for that car. It could be a real car. I send you 30 grand. You don't give me my car. It's not criminal. I can't call the police and say you ripped me off with the full intention. No, we have an agreement. You just didn't do your part, which is now civil, which means now I got to sue you to get my car. Well, what happens when you do that to 30 people at 30 grand, you make 900 grand, and then you go back to a country that you're from, and your name wasn't even what I thought it was. Who am I suing now?
Nobody can.
So everybody's like, no, it's real. The car's there. Guys, listen, be careful. I almost wired the dude the money instantly so no one else could get that deal because this thing's going to sell.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I said, wait a minute. Dude, this is experience talking. That's why I'm sharing it with the Bomb Squad and you because, dude, we get in a position where we want things to be true. So it leads you to do shit you wouldn't normally do because you want it to be true. I wanted those cars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, and I almost wired it. Then I thought it's worth $500 just to see. I want to feet in the ground. So I freaking had someone go look. Total bullshit, total scam. Wow. And it looked legit as hell. And by the way, the website was King Classic Cars. KingClassicCars.com. And by the way, if this is King Classic Cars talking or listening, hey, you almost got me, dog. You almost got me. Don't let them get you. Now, what about shade companies? Give them a tip on how to avoid being. Well, now they'll call you.
First, you need a
but
license.
Outside of your area, people are going to be like, well, dude, I like the fucking shade idea, but they're not going to call you because you said Phoenix or Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So give them a tip so they don't get ripped by another company out there.
Look them up. Make sure they look up the owner first. I mean, look up the Better Business Bureau, look up the reviews first and foremost, read them, make sure they're legit and licensed. If they're licensed in your state, they have to be licensed to do
How do you know
anything.
you're not getting ripped off though?
Well, just look at the reputation. You're not going to hire somebody that has 3 reviews.
Well, what happens if you go out there and you know, because I assume that's like a used car salesman a little bit. Like I can negotiate with you, can't I?
Not at all. Not with me. With other companies, yeah, they have 40% off year round. We do the price is on our CRM, on our iPads. That's the fucking price you're getting.
So if you come out to my house and you say that's $12,000, I can't say,
no.
I'll give you 10.
Nope.
What if I did?
Then we won't do it. Say, go with somebody that'll do it for 10.
Yeah, I got another bid, bro.
They have it.
I got a bid for 7.
Then they're fucking themselves. But no, yeah, we won't. We won't.
I know, but share why that is, because again,
if they're willing to negotiate, so it's fake. You know your margins. We know our margins. Unless
yeah, but why do you need all the margins?
Well, you got to pay.
I know, but there's margins. Margins you don't have to pay. You keep margins.
No, yeah, but I'm not like a millionaire, right? I don't make millions of dollars. It's not the point. The point is to be professionally licensed, insurance, bonded.
Dude, how you doing millions at your company and you're not a millionaire?
Oh, maybe on paper I am, but yeah.
Liquid, you're not?
Maybe.
I think you are.
I could be.
You probably are. You just don't want to come across like that.
No.
You seem to be a very humble guy. You're not showing fancy shit. No. You just said you're not a millionaire when, dude, unless you're full of shit, then you are a millionaire. If you have a business doing 10 million, what's the margins there? You got to have at least a couple million in profits. No.
Yeah. Invest it back.
I know it doesn't matter what you do with the money. That means you're a millionaire.
I guess. Yeah.
You just don't put it in the bank and sit there and swim in it like Scrooge Duck. You keep it deployed so you can build and build and build and build.
Yeah.
But still, dude, you got to get rid of the I'm not a millionaire mindset.
I don't.
Do you think it helps you? Do you think it helps you to think like you're not very big? Do you think that motivates you? Are you trying to get big? Do you want to say I'm a multi-millionaire?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because theoretically, and I could prove it to you, you probably already are.
Yeah.
You just don't realize it.
I know, but I just don't put it out there like that.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird to me.
Why though?
I don't know. It's just different. I don't know anybody like that. I don't hang out with anybody that's multimillionaires.
See, that's another problem.
That's a problem.
I'm serious, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, you're only doing 10 mil, which is good, 10, 11 mil.
Yeah.
That's good. It's not only, but at the end of the day, dude, you want to get to 100 mil? You're not going to do it hanging around with a bunch of fucking people.
I don't hang out with anybody.
I know, well, that's me too. Mainly my family.
Yeah.
But we want to hang around people that are doing way bigger than us. So they drive us, and they're like to you, dude, 10 million's nothing. You do it every year. You talk to a buddy of yours you went to high school with, he goes, you're doing 10 fucking million? They think you're a zillionaire.
I know, and I don't like that.
I know, but the point is if that person hangs around you, they'll start thinking more like you and more likely become where you are. If you keep hanging around people that are thinking like that, you're going to be the biggest guy in the room, the most successful guy in the room, and then you hide it from everybody else. You're going to generally stay the biggest guy in the room. Well, what I found for a guy like yours stature, where you are actually doing well compared to most, but you're not like doing well compared to big people. Well, you're not hanging around the big people.
Yeah.
Dude, start hanging around the big people. Start joining like the brotherhood, or start joining these things where, dude, this guy's doing 118 million. That guy sold his company for, 300 million. That guy's got, whatever. And you start to hear and think like, damn, dude, I can't believe I've never thought that way. Because you start to see what they see, and you start to kind of change a little bit by hanging around people that are doing better than you. Problem is people say, well, how do you get around those people?
Pay to play.
Yeah, you fucking step up and you take the money that you've done well with and you invest it in yourself, in your relationships. And pretty soon you might have went to something that was totally stupid and you feel like, man, I wasted my money. And from that, you met someone that you made a deal with and you guys did, 6 million extra from it. Well, dude, I can trace it right back to that stupid investment that you made. And most people would say, dude, you threw your money away. You got scammed. When in reality, that's where you met your wife, or that's where you met your future business partner, or that's where you met the marketing company that blew you up. That's where it happens. Relationships, networking, going out and meeting new people, always being open.
And that's what I did this year.
And changing your circle. Again, if you've been around the same people for 19 years, maybe it's time to get around some new people.
Yeah.
Because your environment does influence your behavior.
Yeah.
You agree?
100%. That's why
I feel like I'm like, young man, let me tell you. And I can do it because I'm 55. I'm your elder, son.
Yeah.
I'm your elder.
A little bit.
I want you to look down and you're going to see footprints. Those are mine because I've been there and done that.
No, I like it.
But no, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And I can tell just by talking to you, you're going to do well.
I hope so.
You already have.
Yeah.
Just keep doing well and keep doing the things you're doing and keep being humble and having a good heart. I mean, if I were you, I would maybe step up or tone down the humility a little bit, only because a lot of people that, do this humble pie thing is really because they don't really think much of themselves, even though they're doing well, man. Wow. Holy shit. You built a company from scratch. Do you know how statistically unlikely that was?
Yeah.
Especially if you were getting shot at and hanging around fucking that shit and you still did it. So dude, you've beat the odds massively. Okay. But it doesn't make you all of a sudden walk around like you're King Kong. But again, generally when people are over humble, in my opinion, it's because they, in their minds, they don't think they're anything. Because again, people always ask me, Brad, I bet you work hard. I'm like, fuck, I barely work. I fuck off most of the time. When in reality, it is work, I suppose, but not to me because I like doing it. This podcast, this isn't work.
No.
To me, this is fun. I'm picking your brain. People are learning from your mistakes and or your wins.
Yeah.
This isn't work.
Yeah.
And when people say I work a lot, this is what they mean. And I think, nah, I don't work. Oh, I'll quit being humble. I'm not being humble. I just don't really work. But I would tone down your humility and step up and start to say, you know what? I've done some shit. Dude, this is freaking hard for people to do, and I did it. And now all of a sudden you don't get arrogant, but you get a little bit more, I would say, confident, because people watching you want to be you. Yeah. I want to live like that dude. I want to be that guy.
I know, I'm getting there. I'm trying.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I'll get there.
Hey, but you do post on social media a lot of good shit. So guys, go follow this dude at @_Robert Mulvin. If you guys need shades, dude, and you're in the Las Vegas or Phoenix metropolitan areas, dude, call this dude. Call this dude. Why call anybody else and get the risk of having someone not passionate and proven? So call All Shades, All Pro Shade Concepts.com. Tell them the Bomb Squad sent you. Dude, I appreciate you coming in. Hey, folks, as always, till next time, keep it real and don't throw shade.